Good day, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Happy New Day, Happy New Monday, and Happy New Week. A new week blessings I wish to all my fans out there, family, and well wishers. Well, I welcome you all to this early Monday morning broadcast. This one is coming from the office of Aloysius Ejimako, the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, based on legal matters. This is about the Lagos demolition, and according to Aloysius Ejimako, he urges Igbo residents to remain resilient. My dear brother, my legal advisor, and also the erudite. Well, I must be honest with you. Well, you made a vital point, and you made a very shocking revelations concerning what is happening in Lagos State in one of my previous videos. But I still want to remind you that Lagos is never our home. The only advice I'm expecting from you is to at least to advise all the whole Lagosians, all the whole Igbos living in Lagos, I can call them Lagosians, that let them think back home. Are they remaining resilient in their own land, in another man's land? They have developed that area, and this is the time now for them to sit down and enjoy the fruit of their labor. That is when the Lagos government struck. You see the reason why it is very, very not necessarily to invest in the people, in a land that even the occupants of the land, the government, everything in that land in Lagos State, as long as Lagos State is concerned, they never loved the Igbos, not even for once. Not minding that the Igbos are the one mostly developed. 60% to 70% of the development in Lagos State are from the Igbos. Igbos made Lagos State a very swampy area. Lagos is an island full of waters everywhere. Almost every corner of Lagos State must have one river or the other, or one canal or the other. Igbos made them even before the war. Because before the war, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu father have become a billionaire in Lagos State with mansions and buildings everywhere. But he dead. If our people are still making those mistakes, not minding that Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, after the war, his father regained his properties courtesy of a good friendship. His testimony is never the same thing with other people who don't have a very reliable friend in that very particular regard when all those things happened. But have you seen it? We scattered all over the world, we scattered all over the countries, to the extent of abandoning our own responsibility to develop our own nation. Now, my dear lawyer, what I expected you to say, despite the fact that they need to remain resilient, but at least advise them to look elsewhere. The Southeast is a vast land for development. It's a vast land for investments. That is where they are abandoned. Look at bushes everywhere in our land. No good road. What makes all these people having a place to hide in our different expresses is simply because no development. Simply because the place that our people are supposed to develop, they have carried the money to Lagos, to to Abuja, to Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, and the rest of them, including Meduguri, where we Borno State. They have carried the money there. And at the end, even the people that are doing those things too, never even appreciate for one day. So why must you keep on encouraging them, urging them to remain resilient? My dear, it is time to think back home. This message is for me, is for you, is for everyone out there that have not even think of how to develop our own side. We keep on saying insecurity, bad roads, whatever, my dear. If you go back there, nothing like insecurity. Anyone that vomit pakam one day, to 5 to 10, 15, 20 people, my dear. Everybody will just collect update. Anyway, my wonderful people, I beg you, let us read in between the lines. Like this message, share it, comment on it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. And I want to use this opportunity to even say sorry to all my fans. I know I must have talked too much, but in all my talking, still, some people still find some senses into it. Everything is not all about reading. I need to also air my own view because I am a human being like you, and I have my own ideology. Despite the fact that I won't force you to agree on my own. You have your own and I have my own. This is democracy. So please, Do not get tired of listening to me, because I will not even get tired of bringing news to you. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. And this message is by Chinedu Aro, human rights lawyer, barrister Aloysius Ejimako. Sunday urged Ndi Igbo, especially victims of alleged selective property demolition in Lagos, to be courageous in the face of their ordeals. Ejimako, through his ex-handle, said Ndi Igbo had triumphed over many national problems and expressed optimism that the current setbacks will not be different. In other words, you keep on encouraging them to remain there, which in years to come, many people that their own have not been affected in this regime. Next regime will come and the demolition will continue. All these people are land grabbers. In area that they have interest on, they will tell you, you build on a canal, you build on a wrong place, you didn't get the proper documents, and they won't even allow you to go and get the proper documents simply because they have eyes on that very particular area. So what are we saying? That they don't demolish your house this year or next year or this regime does not mean that when next government comes, because this one now have demolished everywhere and he will occupy all those lands, give it to his cronies or resell it to foreign investors. Then when another government come, that government will still look elsewhere, and looking elsewhere again amounts to looking at the Igbo properties that have in a very strategic areas and begin to demolish them. Imagine Festac that have been there for many years. Now the bulldozer have entered it. Many years. Festac have been there. That is the Igbo properties, and you are telling them to remain resilient. So that in 10 years to come, when most of us must have forgotten about the pains, then they will strike again. My dear, it is never a good advice. I am saying this based on my own. He wrote, Ndi will be strong and be courageous. Do not be afraid. Neither be thou dismayed. Together you triumphed over a pogrom and prospered in short order. Even the last 8 years were hellish, but you went through the ordeal standing tall. So no travails of the moment should subdue you. Advice to somebody who is in pains. Very, very bad. Meanwhile, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, President General of Ohaneze Ndi Fulani, says Nigerians of Igbo extraction developed Lagos from its original swampy terrain to what it is presently. Iwanyanwu, who was reacting to the alleged demolition of property belonging to Igbos in Lagos, described Igbos as the heroes of Lagos. According to him, Igbo people came to Lagos when it was made the capital of Nigeria and invested heavily in the state. And that is the result of what we are seeing today. Iwanyanwu said Lagos was accepted as the capital of Nigeria. Igbos, most of them are dead today. Our forebearers rose to the challenge. The challenge at that time was an investment, massive investment to make the capital Lagos, or make the capital Lagos a proper, befitting headquarters for Nigeria. You see, that is why they all fall the victim of what we are passing through today. That is how Igbos scattered all over, moved into Lagos by a sense of patriotism. Igbos came into Lagos, found some swampy land, bought the land. Igbos, when they came to Lagos, they never came here to take anybody's property. They came there, bought the land, and converted swampy lands into habitable places. They built businesses, they built homes, schools, they developed Lagos. Now, the same Lagos, not even the Lagosian itself, people who are also foreigners the same way we are foreigners, simply because they are Yorubas, they start to treat the Igbos like a piece of shit. In effect, without the enterprise, the patriotism of Nigerians like the Igbos, many other Nigerians did the same. But it will appear that because of population, Igbos were in large numbers. These pioneers, our forebearers, are the heroes of the time, the heroes of what we call today a very strong Lagos. When they came there, Lagos was basically swampy, but they converted it into a very wonderful, beautiful headquarters as we see today in Nigeria. In another development, federal government don't free and empowers 11 Enugu inmates. Only 11. But in the north, they freed over 4,658 inmates. The marginalization, even in terms of releasing the prisoners, they also marginalizing the Igbos. 11 inmates of the Nigerian Correctional Center, Enugu, have regained their freedom under the Fulani government prison decongestion program. The affected inmates were drawn from Enugu, Nsukka, Uji River, and the Ibete, Olo custodial centers. They were handed over to the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Ojo. The minister was in Enugu on Saturday for the release of the consigned inmates to their families. Our correspondent reported that the Ministry of Interior recently flagged off the release of 4,068 inmates sentenced to various terms of imprisonment with the option of fine and compensation in custodial centers nationwide. The minister stated that this gesture was part of the measures to decongest custodial centers and enable proper reformation and rehabilitation of the inmates. According to him, as of November 2023, there were 80,804 inmates in 253 custodial facilities nationwide, adding that the total installed capacity for the 253 custodial centers was less than 50,000 inmates, but they have gotten over 80,000 something, the congestion. He said the alarming figures show that Nigeria's custodial facilities were overcrowded, which informed federal government's initiative to address the overcrowding conundrum, benefiting the custodial centers and their reformatory functions. The minister said most of the benefiting inmates were on the verge of their freedom, as well as indigent ones who cannot pay their fines. According to him, philanthropic individuals, groups, and corporate bodies raised the sum of 558 million naira for their release as part of their corporate social responsibility. The minister advised the released inmates to stay off crimes and criminalities. He said, hence, all inmates in custodial centers who have fines or compensation not exceeding 1 million naira are qualified and would benefit from this gesture. In addition, we are also providing each of them a stipend to enable them to return to their communities. A stipend. Over 58 million naira. Suffice it to the mention at this point that we are not just releasing them to their fates. We have given them linguistic training aimed at impacting their lives functionally and equipping them with the knowledge for their self-reliance upon discharge. The training also covers their civic duties and responsibilities as citizens and strategies of refraining from reoffending. In line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mantra of renewed shege, the benefiting inmates are being given a second opportunity to get back to track and contribute to the ongoing development of our dear nation. It is said that no one truly knows nations until one has been inside its custodial facilities. It is based on this premise that this administration is poised to transform custodial and non-custodial facilities to ensure compliance with international human rights standards and good correctional practices. I hereby flag off the release of 4,068 inmates with option of fine and compensation nationwide to the glory of God, according to Tunji Ojo. Well, my wonderful people, I don't hear them. Now here we will take a do what? Now here we will take a stop. We are going to come back again with another blockbuster. As I promised, I am delivering my promise. Woto, and it's going to be back to back. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos as we proceed. My name is still Amandia Neze, reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Remain blessed. I'll be right back. Bye for now. Kemesian.